Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So far we are working on keeping the state of the user with our new authentication part in this series here on React. So in this authentication, we need a way for us to go into the login page, right? Now, if we're not able to go into admin, we're not logged in, automatically we're going to be going to the login page. So that by itself is taking us to the login component, right? So this login page here, or login component, if you want to call it that, is available to us just because we're not logged in, but it's not available to us on the navigation here. We're going to take care of that later, but let's go back in here. And there's one thing that I want to do here before we start working on the login component that we have, or login page, which should be on there. Let me see where it is on the pages right here. We don't have anything here. We got to work on it. Okay, so let's go back to app.js sets. And here you can see that in the app routes, we're passing the auth user, but I also want to pass this function here as a prop so that way we can work with it later. So I'm going to pass this. And I just want to make sure that we have it there so that way we can use it in the login page. Remember that authentication or state is actually managed through our whole application because we are defining this stuff right here. So this application, whatever is underneath or below as a child of this app component, should have availability to the auth user and this function here. Okay, as long as we pass it down, right? So we're passing it down to those children or to these routes. All right, so make sure you save it. Let's go back to login. And this is where we're going to start working just to make sure that this looks awesome. So let's not just look awesome, but behaves awesomely, right? So let's go here. First things first. Let's go ahead and take that set auth user. Let's actually go back in here and let's just make sure that we are copying this guy and we can extract it from there, just like that. Now that we have it available, one thing that I want to also do here is I want to import navigate. So let's go ahead and import navigate from React Router DOM and come back here and let's do const navigate. And let's use navigate right here, just like that. Okay, so we can start playing around with it. Awesome. So for now, what I want to do is I want to have a button here just to submit a manual or automatic login. So we're going to manually log in a user that doesn't exist. We're just going to make that user so that way we can see how things actually work, okay? Then later on, we'll build something a little bit better, right? So let's return some JS sets here. And let's go ahead and create a div. Let's just give it some padding right away. Padding sits. Remember that we're using Tailwind, all right? So if you're new to this course, you're missing out, all right? So make sure that you take some of my other courses so that way you can be on track, all right? Let's go ahead and do an H1 here. And let's just, let me just have some syntax highlighting here, guys. Please, please, please. There we go. My IDE is actually crying here. Let's go and H1, let's say text to be large. Let's make it 3 XL, okay? Let's make another class here doing the dot notation here, and we'll do font bold. And let's just make this say login, just like that, okay? Then under here, we'll create a button with a class. Let's do margin top 4. And guys, I am improvising here, by the way. I don't have this application yet created. I know I should have it, right? Before you make any application, make sure you create a little design and you can sketch it on a book or you can use a program for it. But I'm improvising because I want to show you as much possible things as possible in React, okay? So let's do a background here of blue 500. Let's do text and to be white, and let's make it round. So let's do rounded. All right, these are classes that are available in Tailwind CSS. All right, So this button says login as Edwin Diaz. I'm just gonna put my name here. Why not, right? What is this doing here? There we go. That's it, really. And for now, let's see how this actually looks. Yeah. Let's create, well, we might create some hover effect here on this button later, but right now what I want to do is when I click on this here, I want to change, update the state, the auth user with my information. So let's go, let's see what we can do here. Let's, here, let's bring this guy, let's create another function, really, right here below. So I'm gonna create this function and let's handle login just like that. And I'm gonna make sure that this here is an arrow function. And I'm gonna use this function, set auth user to change the state. So we know, well, we don't have it yet, but we will have a username. And it's gonna be called, let's just call it Edwin. All right, that's my name, by the way, for those of you that don't know me. And let's go ahead and use that constant we have on top called navigate to redirect the user. We'll redirect the user to admin. Let's make sure we put that / there. If not, it might not work. Okay? All right, let's do this. I'm gonna refresh here just in case, log in, click it. Actually, we're not hitting that on-click event. So let's just make sure that we have that on the here. We'll just handle login. Perfect. We don't need anything else. We don't need parentheses here. Just the name will be fine. Come back here and click it. Yeah, we have some type of error. Let's inspect it here. Not perfect. All right. I hope you guys got your popcorn. Okay. Set auth user is not a function. We're not getting it for some reason. Let's make sure that we have the right one here. All right. Let's see. Huh. Should be available to us here. Let me go back in here. I think I forgot something. Login, and then, yeah, somewhere I forgot to pass that set auth user function. So let's go into app routes. That's where I think I forgot. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm gonna leave these little boo-boos here because I want you guys to understand that, yeah, we're not perfect. So let's see where I have that on routes right here. All right, so I might have forgotten. Yeah, as you can see here, I did forget to pass this down in the, right here in this route, right? To the login. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Set auth user, and let's just pass it down. It should work now. Let's, geez, what? Bring this. Let me make sure that we have the same name here. Okay. App routes. And auth user right here. There we go. All right. That should work. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Let me just get this so that way I can see what's going on here, right? Perfect. So I'm going to click login, and you can see that we were transferred, or should I say redirected to the admin area after a couple boo-boos there, guys. But good that we got it working, right? All right, perfect. Let's go into application here, and let's go into storage here. Let me come back here. Let's go into local storage. Let's look at what we got. Look, you see that? So we got the key as auth user, and then we have the value here. You can see that that's a string here. That's the only reason why you're seeing this. And we have username, and it's named Edwin here. And then we got a representation of that string right here as an object, right? Really cool stuff, guys. So we got it working. Make sure that you have those values. Make sure that you're doing this correctly. If not, do not jump into the next lecture, okay? Try to fix it. If you are in coding faculty, ask me a question and we will help you out, okay? If you are in YouTube, it might be a little hard for me to get to you because I have millions of students, by the way. But in coding faculty, I have special people helping me with the questions. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next following lecture.